Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm the Tribox Gamer, and welcome back to Scooby-Doo Nights of the 100 Fright. We need to find 4 of those keys. This killed me as a kid, not because I avoided going down there, because if you remember last episode, I had a big rant about this fish lady, and I actively avoided going down here as much as possible, so of course I missed the keys that would be down on the floor. Did that help me get through the level? No. Did I have to eventually go down there? Yeah. I was afraid to. Honestly, I don't think I ever used the night power-up during that part, because a part of me thought, oh, it's not gonna work. I don't know why. It's like the lampshade, like it would work, doesn't attract the monsters. I guess I was more afraid of seeing the creature than trying to face it. So I just completely forgot about this power-up entirely. I do like how it feels like you're skating, though. Like skating on ice. It's like that little ice rink that you can find in the playground. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? Watch. Just go straight down in a straight line. Easy. Nice and easy. It's aesthetically pleasing. Now, we'll go back up here. We'll check this path out. I don't know if this is the direct path, but that other area was like a... what did you call it? A side path. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while. Like... a good while. I think it is. This is the direct path. I wonder what that other place goes to. Hold on. Move. It's over here. It's not even going towards the direct path, so it's a side location. Let's go check it out real quick. I think the path to the right over here we can't jump to. I think we need the umbrella for that, so we'll have to come back here later. I don't know, it's been a while. Maybe we just need a different power-up, but I'm pretty sure it's the umbrella. There's a key up here too, so it's a good thing that we checked this out. I don't think this is the last key that I couldn't find when I was a kid. Maybe it was. Think about it. In order to get to that elevator thing, you had to walk across the bottom floor, which, like I said, I actively avoided. The one on the ground, like near the elevator. Oh yeah, I could see my younger self getting the courage to go and grab it real quick and then jump back on. But that one, no sirree, Bob. Give me that key. There we go. You know, maybe there's another button on that one. Maybe we don't need the umbrella, or maybe that button's like one of those slam buttons. You know, the ones that are like you have to use that one. I don't know what the power-up's called. It's like you jump in the air and you slam down real hard. We'll figure it out. We'll get that power-up. I think maybe not in this episode, obviously, but next episode or two. Power slam, maybe that's what it's called. I mean, I'm just taking a guess, but yeah. Like that move, though. I love the power slam move. It's my second... well, actually... what would be my favorite invention of this entire game? Alright, looking up the power-ups that we get in the game. We technically get 12, but 2 of them kind of fall into the same category. One being called the Super Smash, which I just said is one of my favorites. And then there's the upgrade for it called the Supersonic Smash, which is basically the same thing. So that's going to be counted as. The other one is the bunny slippers and lampshade, which obviously gets replaced by the Black Knight armor. So for those 2 power-ups, we're gonna just count them like as the same, because they're just upgrades for a previous power-up. So starting at number 1, I gotta give it to the double jump. I really think it should be self-explanatory why I would make this the number 1, as it's a very useful power-up that you use everywhere in the game. And you know, honestly, without it, I feel a little underpowered, if that makes sense. You know, like that phrase, without this, I feel kind of naked. Without the double jump, I just feel a little less in my power scale. So that's why it's at number 1. Number 2, since I brought up power scaling, I'm gonna have to give it to the Super Smash move. Either variations. Once you get this version, though, when you get the upgrade, you're even more of a powerhouse. You dominate everything. You could attack from above. You are a force to be reckoned with once you get this power up. Like, at that point, the monster should be running away from you. I'm not sure if it gets these flying fish, but I'm just saying, everything that's in your way could be dealt with easily with that one power-up. Number 3, I have to say, is kind of like a 50-50 spot on this one, because on one hand, I like the umbrella for its mobility, but on the other hand, I like the football helmet because it kept me safe the longest. Even though once we get the Super Slam ability, it's a lot easier just to slam into enemies rather than, knock into them. But I have to say, for number 3, give it to the football helmet. Give the football helmet some love. 4 would obviously be the umbrella for the mobility alone, and the fact that you can use it everywhere. It's not tied to one place. In fact, I think the last location, you kind of need the umbrella to get to the last location. So once you get it, it's with you for the entire game. There's certain inventions that I feel are only used in one spot and then never again. And that kind of drove me a little crazy. For number 5, oh, that's kind of tricky, because there's 2 inventions I kind of put on the... I hate that creature. Okay, so number 5, I'm gonna give it to the Black Knight armor, and here's why. As you can see, it tricked the enemy, even though she clearly saw me. And if I were to move, my disguise would be kept up. Again, I'm not bringing up the lampshade and slippers because this is obviously an upgrade, but I like a stealth option when I just don't want to deal with any enemies, especially since you know where they're going to spawn, those fish piles. You know that fish lady is going to pop up once you land near them and walk around them. It's easier just to bypass them entirely just by using this armor. So, number 5, give it to the armor. Number 6, though, has 2 power-ups that kind of are similar, but at the same time are kind of different. You have the bubblegum power-up, and then you have the soap bubble power-up. See, the bubblegum power-up, when you use it on an enemy, they get stuck in bubblegum, and you could use them as, like, a bouncing platform. With the soap bubble power-up, upgrade, whatever the heck you want to call it, it's kind of the same thing, but instead of a bouncing platform, you just turn it into a platform. Both very similar, but one lets you bounce, one is kind of a flat surface that you could use to control how you want to go. I honestly think I use the bubblegum more than I use soap, so I'm gonna put the bubblegum at number 6, though they are very neck and neck with each other. I mean, both use resources, both not hard to get said resources, so as you can guess, kinda very 50-50 split on this, but for 6, I'll put the bubblegum power-up, and then 7 will be the soap bubble power-up. As for 8, 9, and 10, these inventions are a little situational. I can't use it wherever I want to go, so they're on the bottom of the list. However, for number 8, I'm gonna give it to the shovel. The shovel, though, you do kind of need it for a few places, and then nowhere else. You have to admit that once you find a flower bed and you're low on health, it's nice to get some HP back. I also have vague memories of finding them kinda around every now and then, but just not as common as you would think. So, for that, I'm gonna put it at 8, because it's still useful even if you could only find it in certain locations. It gives you, health back. Now, the last 2 inventions that we find in the game are called the galoshes, which we already have, and the plungers. Both are kind of situational on their use. The galoshes, you need to walk over, the black tar so you can actively move around them. And then the plungers, you use them on cliffs and, certain locations that are kind of steep for you to walk on. But for number 9, I'm giving it to the galoshes. You want to know why? There is a level that we're going to get to in the future. There is a level where I thought, hey, the plungers would work here perfectly because it's on a steep surface. And you want to know something? You don't use them. Even though it looks like it's the same type of steep surface that you would use them on every other location. You don't use them in this one location, and this one location drove me up a wall, so that's why they're at number 10. Now, if you could make an invention in this game, a power-up in this game, what would you make? As a kid, I had trouble collecting Scooby snacks, and I kind of wish that you had like a magnet ability that draws in Scooby snacks when you get close enough, not too close or not too far away where it's kind of broken, but you know, close enough where you don't have to make awkward jumps. A Scooby, you know, snack magnet or something like that. That was what I thought of as a kid, which honestly sounds like a pretty good idea. It sounds like a balanced invention that you could use everywhere. Right here's a perfect example. Like, these Scooby snacks are very close. You could draw them in right as you're closing in, but the ones over there, they won't be getting drawn in because you're not close enough. And of course, once you start getting closer, of course they'll start drawing into you, but I think, you know, that'd be a good idea. However, kid me did not have great ideas all the time. There was one that was extremely broken. See, I had an issue with falling into water in this game to the point where I got frustrated with it. So, I had this idea of a power-up that basically was a scuba suit that lets you walk on water like Jesus. But to be fair, it does sound pretty funny to watch. Like, you'll be using the same animation as a Black Knight costume, only you'll be wearing a scuba suit going through water, not going through water, but walking on water. I think I did it more as a joke than anything, because I thought it'd be funny to see that. Grab the thing. Grab the thing. Come on, Scoob. You're killing me here. Other power-ups I thought. I didn't think much about the power-ups, just those two, because I thought they'd be cool. But I remember one time, I was like, I think when I started playing this game, I was 5, but after a while I gave it a break and played other games. So, another game I played was Tony Hawk Underground. And I thought, you know, it'd be a funny power-up if we gave Scooby-Doo a skateboard and you could just shred all around the levels. It wasn't one of those ideas where I was serious about it. I was more like, yeah, it'd be funny to have this in the game. It'll be funny just to be able to, like, skateboard around these levels. Like, you could grind rail off these wooden, you know, ropes. Do a kickflip over the, you know, all the monsters. Make it so that when you hit them, you knock them out just momentarily. You have to hit them twice to really knock them out, you know? Let's see, we could either go this way or that way. Man, where should we go? I think I also got lost here as a kid. So, right here, there's going to be a little jump cut because I had to step away from the game for a bit. I had to go and deal with something. I saved the game. Figured it was going to take me back to the save point. No, it didn't. It took me, like, right at the start of the area. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Nothing was missed. So, if there's ever a cut in these videos, know that either A, nothing happened, or B, it wasn't important enough for you to be, you know, see it. I tend to show everything so people see the progress, but if it's not that important, it's not that important. However, I do hate that I had to regain my health, even though I did save with, I think, full health, but yeah, I'm just gonna let the game have that. Maybe I didn't have full health. Wow. That was kind of pleasing. I wish we could do that again. I mean, we could bounce up again, but we can't do it. We found a one-way shortcut back to the courtyard outside Mystic Manor. As a kid, my reading skills were very poor. So when I went through that gate, I was upset that I was back at the start, and I don't think I hit the warp gate in this location. So I was very mad. And by that, you know, the one prior to it, I was kind of mad that I had to go back and get the whole thing all over again. I think we go this way. The other way, I think, takes us to that one location. This way, I think, takes us to where we need to go for, I think, the Super Slam ability. And once we get that ability, we could go back to the location where we got the football helmet, use it on a trigger so we could get more access. Like, we need to get from point A to point B so we could get to the graveyard so we could get the umbrella. But before we continue further, I want to go and double check this location just to make sure that I'm right on where it leads me. I'm pretty sure it sends us here. Yeah, okay, it sends us here. This was not the location where we got the springs, but it's the location that led us to the springs. So, yeah, we made a good circle of progress. Go away. Go away. Right down here is where I died a lot. I mean, it's good to see where you die a lot, but still, see, this super slam will be perfect for that. Oh, yeah, they changed monsters too. I remember running into the tower monster and freaking out because my TV screen was not that good, so I didn't see him. I just saw the exclamation point. Then I got hit, and then I heard the noise he made, which freaked me out. Oh, I missed it. See, that Scooby snack magnet would be perfect for this. Like, oh, you missed it barely? You're barely touching it? Yeah, you get it. Just take it. It's cool. You earned it. We know you're practically touching it. Just take it, dude. It's yours. It's all yours. But no. That ability don't exist, and I missed it again and fell into the water like a dork. 23 years later, Anthony, and you still get killed by water. Really? At least we get, you know, health. Don't touch the water. You touch even a little toe in the water and you're dead. Anybody else found that a little funny? But a little unsettling? It's like, what is the water made of? It's... my theory was the water was just ice-chillingly cold. And that's why you kind of just, you know, die. Or, well, not die, but, you know, freak out, panic, and leave. Because it's ice-chilling and cold. I don't think there's anything dangerous in the waters, but that was my theory. It's kind of funny how a lot of games, a lot of older games, the water was like very dangerous. I figured in some games, the waters were dangerous, like they had like some predators in there, like sharks or something. I mean, I guess that could also apply to this game too, like Scooby didn't get cold, he just saw a shark and freaked out, which, hey, you know what, that works too. I'm leaning more towards A, because, you know, once you hit it, you kind of do a little jump back, like, ah, that's cold, you get what I mean? This part right here. Not this part. There's a little thing that you could, you know, go down. Give me this. And platform your way around. This part always killed me as a kid. I think this is where I came up with the broken water moving ability. I want it. See, you can even hear him. It sounds like he's freezing, like he touched some cold water. You have to admit, that sounds like someone who touched cold water and freaked out, because, man, it's cold. But I did not like this platforming area, and you know what? Kid me has a point. I kind of hate it, too. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Is it going to stay for me? Okay, cool. Easy peasy. I got this. See, the umbrella here would help me with my jumps, and that's why it became like high up on my ranking list. Plus, you know, the ability to glide's nice. If a game gives you the ability to glide, I just find a fun time with that. Is it a flying ability? No, but it's a gliding ability. I like to go to the tallest part of the game, to the absolute tallest part of the game, and just glide down for, you know, the heck of it, because why not? They gave you the ability, you should use it whenever you feel like. Alright, we got it. Now, technically, we could just die here. And I didn't mean to die here, but I was gonna say, you could technically just die there and then go to the start and then leave, because there's no consequences with it. No consequences with it whatsoever. If they do a remaster on this, a part of me wants to say they should probably change it to have some consequence, but another part of me wants to say, you know what? No, it's a kid's game. It's a kid's game. Let the kids have fun. I know if they did that when I was a kid, I would have got frustrated with it and probably gave up. So I might say keep that in if they ever remaster this game. Maybe for the more challenging approach is that you have the option to turn it off, like, oh, you have lives, you have to be more cautious or something along those lines. But with that said, we're gonna end the video here. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care. Please like and subscribe, and have a happy and safe Halloween.